I don't even know what's about to happen next, but I'm already thanking God for what he's about to do.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tony Fergie. I want to take the time out to thank all my subscribers. The old ones, the new ones, the ones that just keeps coming back because you love what you hear and what you're seeing. If you're not subscribed yet, why aren't you? You know those are my two little words for you guys. Now guys, the video that I'm posting right now that we're talking about and we're going to discuss a little bit is Project 2025. Have you ever heard of Project 2025? If not, we're going to jump into some details and then you're going to leave your comment below of what you think. Let's get into it.
Project 2025.
Project 2025.
Trump's Project 2025.
Pennsylvania, how are we?
So what is Project 2025? What's it got to do with this man, and why are the Democrats so worried about it? Here is a deep dive into the 900-page blueprint for government that could, it's claimed, reshape, even destroy American democracy. Here it is, a 922-page manifesto. It's written by an influential conservative think tank, the Heritage Foundation, and it lays out policy proposals should a Republican candidate win this November. And that Republican candidate would be one Donald Trump. Let's begin with the background. Project 2025 dates back to 1973. That's when the Heritage Foundation, based in Washington, D.C., was founded. Their mission, to mold America into a more Christian, conservative state.
Key here is the idea that the Constitution guarantees liberties for each person to do not what they want, but what they ought, according to their understanding of God's law. And that is at the foundation of this entire document. And essentially what this boils down to is a vision of the country that privileges and prioritizes Christians, and a particular version of Christianity.
Heritage came to prominence when the organization wrote their first manifesto in 1981. They called it a mandate for leadership. Essentially, it aimed to roll back the state and unleash free market capitalism. President Ronald Reagan liked the idea so much that he gave a copy to each member of his cabinet to review. The Heritage Foundation claims that among the 2,000 proposals, about 60% of them were implemented by the end of President Reagan's first year in office.
It's no exaggeration to say that you've more than made your mark on American history. Tonight, I thank you, Heritage thanks you, and so does the conservative movement.
The Heritage Foundation has published a mandate for leadership every election cycle for the past 40 years. So what makes this one different? For the other side, for the Democrats, the language in this document is alarming because they think the policies have a dangerous undercurrent. Innocuous policies like the call to restore the family as the center of American life would undermine freedoms, they worry. The document blames US decline on pornography invading school libraries, critical race theory, and gender ideology in school curriculums, all part of what Project 2025 calls the Great Awakening. The policy agenda is one of 4 pillars of the project, and it plans to criminalize pornography, disband the Departments of Education, Homeland Security, and the FBI. It rejects the concept of abortion as healthcare. It proposes the rollback of LGBTQ+ rights, and it ends climate protections. On immigration, the plans include the largest deportation in history, which Donald Trump has also promised to push through. And there's the suggestion that the military could be used against Americans to suppress possible large-scale protests. Beyond that policy agenda, there is also a plan for a personnel database, pre-vetted, ideologically aligned employees. Think of it like a conservative-only LinkedIn. The idea is to create a pool of readily available people to fill federal government positions to assist a new Republican president on day one. Remember that at the moment, federal government positions are not politically appointed or politically aligned. The plan is to install a swathe of politically appointed civil servants. It would be achieved via an executive order, meaning the new president would force the appointments through. It's called Schedule F, and we'll come back to that. The third pillar is a Presidential Administration Academy, an online educational program to train those employees to get them up to speed under a Republican president. And the fourth, final pillar is a 180-day playbook, an action plan for how they'll get things done. These pillars are the structural foundations for what the authors hope is a radically different White House in waiting. The Democrats, the other side, have made Project 2025 a key election attack point.
Project 2025 will destroy America. Look it up.
And they have escalated their efforts to attach Donald Trump directly to the project.
Donald Trump and his campaign tried their very best to distance themselves from the 900-page conservative manifesto known as Project 2025, claiming that he knew nothing about it.
I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it. This is a document I know nothing about. It's called Project 25. I heard about it a week ago and has nothing to do with me whatsoever. I don't know what the hell it is. It's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it.
Well, most of us immediately called that out as BS, not just because Trump lies like he breathes, but because one of Project 2025's authors was caught on hidden camera saying that this was all part of the plan.
I expected to hear 10 more times from the rally, the president, distancing himself from the left's boogeyman of Project 2025.
Yeah. And you're not worried about that?
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
He's running against a brand. He is not running against any people.
Okay.
He is not running against any institutions. It's interesting. He's in fact not even opposing himself to a particular policy.
Well, here we are, 2 weeks post-election. And what do you know? Turns out he was right. Trump is now choosing several people connected to Project 2025 for key roles in his new administration, including that guy that you just saw in that video there, Russ Vought, who Trump just moments ago announced as his pick to lead the Office of Management and Budget.
Leaders of the Project 2025 agenda, something you've probably heard about if you follow the news. And Trump famously, repeatedly asserted, claimed, even at times insisted he didn't back Project 2025, that it was something over there with other people. Well, some of them are now preparing to enter his administration in key roles. Trump has picked people for all 15 cabinet level spots now. So as we head here now 3 weeks out, basically marking 3 weeks since the election tomorrow, he's moving faster than many other president-elects. He's seizing a kind of focus and giving those people an earlier start for any prep they want to do. They now have all this time till January before they go to hearings and possible confirmation into those jobs.
You've probably heard of the conservative plan known as Project 2025.
Yes, this guidebook has been published every 4 years since President Ronald Reagan by the right-wing think tank, the Heritage Foundation. Now, we're talking about this tonight because it proposes some sweeping changes to the federal government, a key issue with the upcoming presidential election.
Civil rights groups from the NAACP to the ACLU have spoken out against the proposal, a move they warn will disproportionately affect African Americans.
Investigative reporter Tracy Wilkins explains why it could have an even greater impact on black people and the economy in our region here. Tracy?
Yeah, well, as you both know, the nation's largest population of wealthy black people live in our region, especially in majority black Maryland counties like Prince George's and Charles. Many of our strong middle and upper middle class black families were built around the federal workforce. It's the region's largest employer. So we asked experts on both sides of Project 2025 how dismantling it would impact the black middle class that has heavily relied on it. Tucked inside the 900-plus page Project 2025 document, former HUD Secretary Ben Carson calls for putting political appointees in top positions and scaling back affordable housing. The document also wants former President Trump's Schedule F executive order that was reversed by President Biden to be reinstated. It would strip job protections from career officials in policy roles, make it easier to fire civil servants, and requires loyalty to the president.
People shouldn't have to sell their souls to do a job.
What did you think? Listen, I would say whether there's Project 2025, Project 2024, any other project, I would say to make sure that you and your family are prepared. There are some things in that project that I would say I agree to, and there are some things I can say I don't agree to. And that's just the way the world works. But in the meantime, I would say don't allow anyone to determine where you and your family go for 2025 and beyond. I would say prepare for the worst, but make sure you are ready for the absolute best. Now, it may take a few family members to come together to make this happen. You may have to come together with friends, because family is not blood. Family is whomever is in the same mindset as you and who's going the same direction as you, because you cannot be pulling and someone else is pushing if you're not going the same direction. So I would say just be prepared and just get everyone together that's on the same boat as you and work together as one. So this way, no matter what happens in 2025 and beyond, you yourself and your family are prepared. Now, don't get scared. Don't be afraid. Please, I'm begging you guys. Just stay focused. Keep your head on your neck, not on your body, on your neck. So this way you can keep rotation going. Once again, please like, share, subscribe, and please leave your comment below of what you guys think. And know Tony loves and appreciate y'all. Have an awesome, wonderful, magnificent day.